Hi, this is Mohan Kumar from Brainy Bulls, and I welcome you to another episode of Nifty chart analysis using the Triple Threat Intraday Strategy. And in this video, we are going to look at today's Nifty chart, that is April 26th, 2023. So let's get into the charts. All right, so I have the indicators applied already. So let's have a look at the chart without the indicators first to see how the price action looks and what kind of signals the strategy has generated. Okay, so now this is where the day started. It's kind of a flat open, right, and then you could see the price swiftly move to the downside, and then it moved you know, quicker, moving above the morning ranges high, and it almost went much higher. Then it pulled back, right? It formed a kind of a double bottom, and then it moved higher and closed higher, right? It's a great price action. So I think everybody's wish is to catch this particular move right here, right? It's a nice move, and possibly this move as well, right? And this move right here, correct? And of course, no, this move. So this is everybody's dream. And if you're a day trader watching the markets, throughout the day, right? These are all the great moves that you would like to capitalize on. So let me now bring back the indicators, right, and see what kind of signals the strategy has generated. So these are custom indicators which are created exclusively to be used on Nifty and on a 3 minute time frame. So the first indicator is the price levels or locations is what I call it, right? And the second is market participation, right? Which actually talks about at which point in time there's going to be a quicker price move, right? And which is very important and is a key factor if you're trading in Nifty options. The third indicator is the trend, which is now going to let us know whether the trend is strong or weak. It's actually is there any conflict with the price? So these are all the signals which gives us indications as to which direction the price is headed towards. Okay. Great. Now let's look at the chart with all the indicators applied, and the same price action now. The price opened at the CPR, and you look at the CPR. It's a very narrow CPR, which indicates the previous day price action was like the open and close was pretty much at the same point, right? And if you have the previous day high and previous day's low in a broader range, which means the yesterday's price action was quite volatile, right? And that's what this indicates. There's a lot of volatility, which could be read by just looking at the CPR on the previous day high and previous day's low. And the price opened at the CPR. It quickly moved down to the previous day low, right? And look at the price action pattern. It's my favorite, which is the morning star, one of the price candlestick patterns which I discussed in the webinar, right? And look at the trend meter; it's almost to the bottom, at least on this particular chart. And the location is key. The candlestick pattern is amazingly good, and there are not no enough participants to actually consider this as a trade. However, now this is not just the previous day's low. Let me quickly move to the previous day's right. Excuse me. Let me quickly move to the previous day chart. Now this is the previous day's low, right? And look at the price action from this point. It's a major turning point, and the participation at this particular place has pushed the prices so high. Now this happened to be a major support region. Now, now today when the price retests back to this particular location, right? The previous day is low. Even without the participation, you are still looking at a high probability setup because that happens to be a major support and a good candlestick pattern with the trend meter bottomed out, right? And this is a great location, and this is the candle. You always look for one candle to put your money on, and that candle happens to be this bullish candle right here. Now, the top of this candle is going to be your entry, and the bottom is your stop loss, right? If you're aggressive, you put your stop loss right below this, but even this one works so well, right? Now You would look for targets to be the central pivot range, which is right here. So look at the trend meter. It's nicely moved into the red zone. So this exactly is where you book your profits. So this is your first trade. And look at this trend meter on this particular chart. It's not peaked out yet. There could be some follow through move. So you wait for price to retrace. The price nicely moved above the moving averages, and it retraced quickly back into the moving averages. But do you want to take a trade right here, considering the fact that the trend meter indicates that there could be a follow through move? No, I am a conservative trader. I keep mentioning this. Now, look at this. This particular place is where the price retraced, right? But on this particular chart, there is still the CPR, which needs to be tested. This could act as a strong resistance. So I will wait out to see if this price is moving above the CPR, considering the trend being strong enough in the morning. If there is a strong momentum to the upside, the price will have to move above the CPR, right? And then if it retraces back to the CPR, that is when I look for a trade. And that happened, right? So the trend is so strong, it moved above and then quickly retraced back here. Look at the trend meter; it's almost to the midway, and the EMS are nicely sliding to the upside. And when the price retraced back, right at this place, right at around 12:15, right? Now look at the candles here. You have the green volume candles. Now this exactly is the place where you would put your money in, because you have a nice support, which is a CPR. The price is above the moving averages. Now this is exactly the place where you enter, and this is going to be a stop loss. Again, your target is going to be the previous day high, and it's another beautiful setup, right? A follow through trade, and the trend clearly indicated that there could be a follow through move, and that did happen, and a nice move to the upside. And now this is another major location. I will quickly move to the previous day's chart to see the previous day high. Now this is the previous day high, right? And look at how the price quickly moved all the way down to the previous day's low from this point. So this could act as a major resistance point, and now the price is back to this location. Now there could be a nice follow through, or maybe a reversal move to the downside. Now this exactly happened. So this is another beautiful trade. Now I would look for my candle. So this could have been my candle, right? This red candle that is dropping off from the previous day low, high, sorry, this could be my candle, but I am looking for much more favorable candle because it is still above the moving averages. So this candle right here, right, which goes below this candle which had some participation, and look at this chart. This is a voluminous candle with a participation. So this candle's low is my entry, and this candle's high is my stop loss. A nice move to the CPR back, and this is my zone where I would book my profits. And look at the trend meter; it's not bottomed out yet, and the price still moved below the moving averages. In this case, price moved to the CPR, and there's a pink candle. I book my profits. Do I enter into another trade? No, because it's below the moving averages and it's not bottomed out yet. There could be a follow through move. So we're not sure how the retracement is going to be. So I would not take my chances to enter into this particular trade. Rather, I wait out. And as you can see, the price again swiftly moved back, and it almost moved to the previous high point, right? Not so close, but it did make to a high point that's considerably high. And there could be some, participation right here with the hammer candle. Do I get into another trade here? No, because I see a strong support, not much of a reward, and this could be there could be a follow through. This candle could be, a candle that could be deceived, because as you can see, the trend meter is not peaked out yet on this particular chart, even though it is peaked out here. Now it's not peaked out here, and besides, the reward is not that great because this area is a strong support, right? So rather, I would wait for the price to retrace back and see if it is testing these levels again. If it is, then I would try to go for a long from here, considering that this is going to be a strong area of support. And that exactly happened. Look at how the price quickly moved from here to the CPR again. There is a nice pink candle. It's a nice area of support. And look at the trend meter. It again came back to the same low point right here. The price again is back to the same low point right here. If I would want to take a chance, I would actually put my money into this particular candle right here. And my this low point is going to be my stop loss, and a nice move to the upside. And this is where I put my profits. So super trades three trades for the day, right? So this is how the strategy helps us to identify quality trades. And if you are playing by the books, you would have taken all those quality trades as indicated by the strategy, right? So it's a unique, high performing strategy which has been devised and formulated exclusively to work on the Nifty 3 minute time frame, right? And I've been using these three indicators for quite a while. I've played with multiple time frames, and I've actually refined, fine-tuned the strategy, and and I've actually narrowed down all those concepts to a certain degree where the strategy actually gives us strong entry and exit signals, right? And if you would like to know more about the strategy, I've actually formulated an end-to-end course targeting beginners and intermediate traders that covers a lot of topics like price action patterns, trading psychology, and of course we're going to talk about the strategy itself, talking about each of these indicators, how to use these indicators, and how to read the signals, and what are various patterns, and how these indicators in conjunction to the patterns creates a high quality, high probability setups. So a lot more being will be discussed in the one-to-one private webinar, right? So if you are interested to take up a course in day trading, right, you're welcome to contact me. Please do drop me a message to my WhatsApp and email ID, right? And if you get to know further details about the course. And if you haven't looked into any of my previous videos, I have actually made a couple of videos about the course as to what the course is going to be all about and what are the list of topics that will be covered, right? And this course can be tailored based on your expertise in the stock market, and hence this private session comes handy. So please don't hesitate if you want to get started with stock market, and if you want to know how to set up an account, how to set up the charting platform, how to get started. Now this course is going to get you started, and you're going to get a lot. These custom indicators and trading view platform, is going to be given to you free of cost, for lifetime access. And these indicators are not available out of the box for anybody else. Now these are exclusively, access driven indicators. I will be providing access to these three indicators to be used along with this strategy, right? You also get 90 days worth of charts for your reference with clear markings of entries and exits. And you also have these video recordings, the chart analysis video recordings for your reference. So with all these reference materials, with the webinar, the content of the webinar is clearly formulated to help you to gain confidence. And with 30 days of support post the webinar, right, where you could clarify most of your doubts and get all your questions answered, you will become independent in a period of 30 days, right? And then you can actually start taking trades with your real money. So please do contact me, and until I get back to you with another episode of Nifty chart analysis, it's bye from me. Take care of you and your loved ones. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.